Welcome to another clip here on my YouTube channel. This time it's simply an analysis and just have a look at the current market conditions of the German DAX. So as you can see, you see a daily picture from the German DAX and a couple of fib lines already integrated. So just to explain you where all these lines are coming from, we simply start at the record high 16,290.19 as a 100%. And the 15 or 15.42 as a 0%, these two levels combined for a Fibonacci analysis, and you see a couple of interesting fibs, so especially the one 38.2, which already been tested around Friday. As you can see, that kind of a needle from the Friday candle just took that one and went up to the road to the half of the whole move. On top of that, you see the two lines here. The blue one is the exponential moving average 100, and the red one is the exponential moving average 200. And you see these, this kind of a move here down to that direction almost is in direction to the EMA 200. So it simply could be that we see another test to that kind of area on Monday. Of course, right now, the time we are speaking, the time the clip is recorded here, it's 11 p.m. Sunday. So we don't know anything yet about all this kind of outcome of the Asian trading. We don't know anything about the PBOC, so the People's Bank of China. We don't see anything in the chart what they are up to, and we don't see anything about the People's Bank of China possibly reducing a couple of important rates in the next future or in the close future, very near future. You don't see anything like that. This is something like that could happen. It's something that could give the German DAX a lift, like other markets as well, because just they have the ability to create a little bit more liquidity into the market, push more liquidity into the market in the next days or weeks to come. Needless to say that they have to, just to get rid of a couple of more problems they have, and to maybe create something like a slowdown or official move, so-called soft landing for China. Everything together has an important role for the German market, of course. China is Germany's biggest client, and especially for not only for the car makers, but for the whole industry. It's very important how China will be kind of successful in the next weeks and years to come. And if not, Germany's economy might be suffering, and so the DAX 40 might be suffering as well. All right, a couple of things, of course, you don't see in the chart as well is all this stuff with the Fed rate liftoff. And the discussion starts the next Wednesday again. So the FOMC meeting on Wednesday is due for 20 CET, European time here. And you probably get more details about when this kind of a liftoff really starts. We still assume that will happen at the March meeting. And if you just have a look at projections and all these kind of forecasts from investment banks, we still see something like a target rate in direction 1.25 to 1.5. So it could possibly be something like a little bit of a break for the DAX and a little bit of a break for other indices as well. On top of that, to all this kind of stuff, you don't see anything like performances. We had a tremendous good year for 21. So the German DAX got a performance of 15.79%. That's not too bad. And 2020 was a year with 3.85% in the green. Okay, and 2019, 25.48. So nice performances the whole years. And somehow it might be not some kind of wondering if the German DAX and other markets simply have something like a break and just find something like the so-called rewind and to get more into the next years to come, possibly. If you check out other markets, Nasdaq, of course, didn't have something like a good start into the year, 11.53% in the red. So if you compare that, the German DAX right now still is an outperformer in a positive way, because the German DAX didn't lose that much. That's the thing which could be a little bit more frightening for Monday and for the next days to come. So the DAX has still some possible moves to the downside, just to to grab up with all this kind of a losing streak the US markets had. And if you just check that out here, there's the RSI, that's the relative strength index, still indicating 43.39. So that means that there's still some possible move and still some room to the downside as well here, just indicated by the relative strength index on a daily basis. All right, on top of that, you see some red lines. Needless to say, we don't need to squeeze that kind of a chart picture here just to show more of this kind of red lines to the downside here. So we see there is a 138.2 projection, a 161.80 projection, and another line is showing up here, quite close to that 200 projection. There's this white line directly at 13,795.24. What's that about? That's the pre-corona high. So from the 20th of February 2020. So 2020 high is the pre-corona high, and we possibly have something like a really fat big target for the bears, just to check that out to the downside. This is nothing which will happen from one day to another, but just let us talk about this market. It is there somehow, and it possibly is something like a target to the downside. If you squeeze that more, you will see another bigger target to the upside as well. So all the optimistic guys who still think that we will end up there, something because of the reason of inflation and stocks being a hedge for inflation, this could possibly lead us to markers up to 17,078, so the 161.80 projection for the bulls. All right, squeezing all this kind of a chart technical picture just should be end to make it a little bit more visible for you where this white line is coming from. So you see there is the 2020 high just showing up here. So the pre-corona crisis high. I'm just showing you the rest of that chart picture so that you simply see that kind of stuff. The whole picture shows you what kind of a crazy moves, like other indices as well, the German DAX already had. Okay, going back to this usual picture and ending up with some wishes, of course, and hopefully great trades for the week to come. And needless to say that this kind of a clip is recorded via guidance chart here. Thank you very much for letting me use their charts. And on top of that, I would like to advise you or to just push in a little bit of an ad that this YouTube channel clip here is very easy to like. Just leave some thumbs up if you really are up to that. And on top of that, it's very easy to be a member of this channel. If you just click to the right red button on the YouTube platform here, you'll be a member of this channel. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time, and have a good trade setups and good trades a week to come. And see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.